So the first Icon SBC of the year has been dropped, and it's gone and dropped a lot of the market. In today's video we're going to talk about the market implications of this, and we are going to be talking about the investments. But before we do start, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily subscriber trading guide, which you can get for free with Amazon Prime. All you got to do is head over to the top link in the description, click on there, and again you can go and subscribe for free. If not, £5, €5, or free with Amazon Prime. In the guides, you get yourself daily updated investments, you get yourself daily updated trading data, you get yourself lists of players you can sell them for lazy buyers, and of course it does go and support the channel. So let's go and talk about what we went and got yesterday, because of course we got a pretty big thing, and again it had a lot of market implications. So before we go and start with that, we'll just talk about the player SBC. We did get a player SBC, but because the whole video today is all going to be about the Icon SBC, might as well get this player SBC out of the way. We got ourselves Angel Gomez, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot, no playstyle pluses. Not quite sure what they did. Yeah, it's got a few role pluses, but a very subpar card. You know, 2 stats under 80 from midfielder at this point is kind of under par. I imagine he's maybe a bit of a fun card, and it's only coming in at 22k. But yeah, it's just nothing too insane. Now maybe if he goes and fits Evos due to being semi-low rated, maybe that would be nice, but yeah, again, without maybe fitting into an Evo, I'm not a massive fan of midfielders with under 80. Also no Relentless, which again for myself is very, very important on the player SBCs. So let's go and talk about the upgrade SBCs we want to go ourselves the Max 87 Icon SBC. Now, our presumptions with this SBC were that fodder is going to be overrated and therefore drop once it comes out, and that Icons and the rest of the market is going to get panic sold going into the SBC, if not maybe slightly after the SBC, and then should rise after the SBC, especially with the likes of Division Rival Awards. Well, let's go and see if that has gone and occurred. So of course the SBC did require an 85 rated team, an 86 rated team, and an 86 rated team, meaning there was a lot of demand in a small pool of fodder. In terms of, they basically required, 185 team to 86s. So a lot of 86s, a lot of 85s, and maybe the odd 87. And that's reflected with how fodder has reacted. If we go and see how 84s did, we can see that 84s before the SBC was 2k, and the SBC 84s before the SBC was 2k. After the SBC went up there to 2.1k, but yeah, peaked there at 2k. And again, I did go release a video on Tuesday recommending to go and sell fodder in the hype. So yeah, there's practically no difference with you going and selling this cards in the hype than in the demand. The next one we'll move to is 85s. Like I say, there was a lot of heightened demand on the 85s, 6 and 7s. I recommend selling on Tuesday in the hype for 5.7. At the very peak, these went up to 6.2. So some of the most in-demand fodder was only 600 coins more than it was in the hype. We then move to 86s. Again, some of the more in-demand fodder, I'd recommend to sell there on the Tuesday at 9.2. And they, at the very, very peak, went up there to 9.7. So again, still only 500 coins more than selling in the pre-hype. Now you may wonder, why am I showing what I recommend selling if every single one is wrong? Surely that makes me look bad. Well, you'll see in a second. So remember that the profits and the stuff that they really went ham on requiring only went up 500 coins. Move up to 87s. Again, you could have sold on the Tuesday in the pre-hype, 15k. The most they went up to, 15.5k. Again, only 500 coins more than they were in the pre-hype. But this is where it gets a bit ugly. 88s, I recommend to go and sell on Tuesday for 20.3k. They're since down 2k. So it's all well and good if you bought the stuff that's demanded, but if you didn't go and buy the stuff that demanded, if you bought the stuff that's demanded, by the way, you wouldn't have made any money after tax. You literally would have lost coins after tax. Whereas on these cards here, you'd lose 3k or you missed out on 2k. But if you went and bought it there, you'd literally be losing 3k per card after tax. Hergerberg, again, selling on the Tuesday, 27k. She is now down 4k. Now, some people would say, but 89 rateds are way too high rated. 89 rated, why would you ever have bought 89 rateds for Icon SBCs? Well, a lot of the time when EA do splits of SBCs, they go 1 high rated team and maybe 1 or 2 low rated teams. So EA to do like 3 mid rated teams was kind of not, it wasn't 100% favourable. Like they could have gone for the high rated and low rated team. So again, we can see like Hergerberg right there, go up there at 27, is down there to 23. So again, as a result, fodder just wasn't worth holding for the Icon SBC. Now again, if we had more well-demanded SBCs earlier in the week, it maybe would have been worth it, because the fodder would have been rarer and it would have done better. But because we didn't go and get those well-demanded SBCs in the week, when the fodder was needed, it didn't go up, or it didn't go up anything significant, therefore not being worth the risk. Because again, if you go and look at the 85s, 86s and say, well, it was worth me holding. Well, if you look at the players who didn't do well and see how much the players dropped, the risk versus the reward of 500 coins compared to the risk of the players dropping like 20, 30% just is, or 10, 20%, just isn't really worth it, especially as you could have bought other investments, which we're going to talk about now. So not only was fodder affected, but we can also see that meta cards were affected. So we're just going back here, some old team of the week, our pack cards. We can see Adeyemi went from about 94k and he went all the way down there to 87k. So a nice little 7k drop, and he has rebounded back up to 93k since. We can look at other team of the week, such as Diaz, didn't really have too much of an effect. Was going from about 232. I mean, if we look on the Tuesday, yeah, it's about a 230k card. Yesterday he did go down to 225. So actually, I'll be honest with you, not probably the best example of a promo card that went down. But yeah, we did see dips before 6 PM. But what we did see is him rebounding 12k after the Icon SBC came out. Why did he rebound 12k after the SBC came out? Because people were just buying their teams after the Icon SBC came out. We can also look at RTK cards. We can see he was going for about 178. In the panic selling, he went down there to 183. If we look on Tuesday, he was up at 192. So overall in the day, there was a bit of panic selling, down to 183. Since he's already rebounded back up to 190. We go and look at Watkins. If we go and look at what he was going for on the Tuesday, it was probably averaging about 110. If we go and look at what he went for yesterday, going for nearly 110. In the panic selling, went down to 105, has rebounded to 110 already. And again, the market only rises with division rival rewards. We go and look at Cherky yesterday. We look at him on the Tuesday. It was about 190, and we look at him yesterday, and he got panic sold down there to 290. He got panic sold down there to 280, but since has nearly rebounded to 300k. We can go and look at the rush cards, although I'm not really a massive fan of these cards, but we can see the rush cards before the SBC 49, post the SBC 40, they're still 38. I still think they'll drop a little bit with div rival rewards, then maybe rebound. Martra, again, 54, then went down there to 45, still 43. This is a really good example, actually, of Trent, who obviously was going for about 350, got panic sold down to 320, but then instantly rebounded because, you know, no one was selling Trent to do the SBC. No one was selling Trent because they're replacing them with players they get in the SBC. So a nice rebound there. We can see this happening with gold cards. Gold cards like Ferdinand Mendy yesterday was 145. Got panic sold down to 130. Has already rebounded to 140. We look at Saliba. Was 216, got panic sold to 205, already back up at 216. Look at Chiesa, was 105, got panic sold down to 90, still only 90, which is interesting. Should drop a bit with div rival rewards and then rebound. We can go look at heroes. We can see stuff such as Rosicky was 84, went down to 74, still 75, but should have a good rebound after div rivals, which I'll talk about in a sec. Ji-Sung Park, before he came out, 93. In the evening, went down to 84, back up to 90 now. We go and look at Mascherano, was 117 during the day, went down to 107, even 105 when the SBC came out, has already rebounded to 110. Now, the rebounds, obviously, for some of those players didn't look too amazing, especially with Rosicky. We don't really care that the rebounds weren't amazing because it was the same last week. We can see Wednesday before the SBC, or actually last week it was after the SBC, he went from 90k down there to about 82k. But it wasn't until after Division Rival Awards when he went from 85k all the way up here to 100k. I mean, if we want to be more realistic, we can say all the way there from 85k all the way up there to 94, 95, maybe 100. And this happened across the board. Ji-Sung Park, again, before the SBC was 100. After the SBC went down to 93. And then after Division Rival Awards went back up from 93 to around about 105. So the cards rebound to higher prices than what they dropped. And I'll show you in a sec. I mean, Mascherano is a crazy one. Was 125, got panic sold down to 102, exactly after Division Rival Awards banged up to 140. Now, the reason I show you this is because we've seen a lot of these icons crash, and they haven't rebounded yet, but they should rebound after Division Rival Awards. So, for example, we've got the likes of Keane, and we can see that, again, Keane before the SBC was 140k. Keane is now 120k, and we should see him rebound after Division Rival Awards. We can see that Suka was going for around about 200k. He crashed all the way down there to 180k. It's actually rebounded 190 since, so he should rebound nicely after Division Rival Awards. Even someone like Schmeichel, who's going for around about 450k, went down there to as low as 420, and he's even been as low as 420 this morning. Should go and rebound to even higher prices and probably get nearer to, 500k. We can see Pirlo was going for about 490. Pirlo got panic sold down to 450k, and again, he should rebound over 500k after Division Rival Awards. So, the investments, in my opinion, are to go for heroes icons, and out of back team of the week. I mean, I'll be honest with you, this video is going to go up after Division Rival Awards, but I think I talked about in yesterday's video that we were buying icons, so this is me just showing you that those icons were recommended buying in yesterday's video. Well, you know, they did drop, and you know, they should now rebound nicely after Division Rival Awards. And yeah, that's kind of wraps up the market dropping for the SBC and how the market should rebound. Why does the market drop? People panic sell that the market's going to crash with these SBCs, but there's more panic than there is actually supply on the market. There is a theory that people can't afford to do the SBCs, so they list up these icons and then, you know, they go and do the SBCs, but the icons don't rebound. But the reality is they list up these icons, and especially because tomorrow's Division Rival Awards, people are going to go get more coins, and they're going to go and buy back those players they sold to only go and pack probably plebby icons or icons that didn't fit the position. So that's why these icons and heroes and informs are good investments. Team of the week's looking pretty interesting. Bear in mind we literally had 2 players that weren't SBC fodder this week. There's a nice last week. This is a nice little change. Obviously you've got Hansen, which isn't too bad. We've got Trossard, which isn't too bad. Ramirez, not too bad. So Lobsang, not looking too bad. Draganowski, not looking too bad. The only problem is, so 2 weeks ago, what we could do is we could buy these midday on the Thursday after Division Rival Awards, flip them later in the day. Didn't work last week. So I'll be honest with you, I would play it safe and probably not try and buy any of these cards to flip them because, yeah, again, the Saka and the Lewandowski didn't work, and despite there being like 4 or 5 players you could try out, I wouldn't madly want it. So yeah, just a heads up regarding the team of the week. Regarding Rush as well, if we can head over here. Regarding Rush, I'm not a massive fan of buying these. Again, the kind of promos that didn't upgrade last year, the first one didn't really rise out of packs, and I wouldn't be that confident that these would rise out of packs. I think they're very risky cards to have. On top of that, last year the market did just rebound on the Friday, so I do think that I don't really think I'd want to buy these cards. If I just go and buy out of pack special cards, rise till Friday, then you stay kind of liquid Friday to Monday, where the market kind of drops, and then the market can rebound Monday through to kind of like Tuesday, Wednesday, before the panic selling of the. Well, next week I think we get the exact same hero pack next week, if I'm not wrong. Now there is 2 other things leaked. We got a Barcola POTM we haven't had yet. Should be an 83 rated. My investments regarding him will be ideally promo cards that aren't in packs. So we're looking ideally at Lemuse, and we're looking for Andre. But I do think, again, I said this in yesterday's video, you can go and buy the gold cards with Shadow. So Marquinhos with a Shadow, Hakimi with a Shadow, Vitinho with a Shadow, Nuno Mendes with a Shadow, Guerreiro with a Shadow, and Krachawi with a Shadow. We also have a Di Lorenzo Total Rush SBC coming soon. Now the thing is, if we don't go and get this today, I mean EA don't traditionally drop too many player SBCs on a Thursday, so if we don't get him today and you go and buy Kvaratskhelia, Bastoni, Barella, these cards are just going to go down on Friday. So my recommendation, if you do want to go and buy some for him, just go and pick up Keane, ideally Keane with a Hunter. I wouldn't go and pick up this card. This card's very inflated. You can go DeMarco, but I mean, you know, yeah, you can go DeMarco if you want, I guess. But I'd stay off holding it, going for the gold cards here, because the Di Lorenzo probably has a much lower chance coming today than Bradley Barcola. But if you do buy the cards, again, try and buy them with shadows to just try and play it as safe as possible. And that is going to go and wrap up today's video. Of course, we will be live all the way from 8 o'clock with the rewards all the way through to 6:30. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.